Right. Welcome to the Goodman Factory audio experience. Rizzy here with
Meji,
Matt, and it's T.
Thanks, guys. So today we're talking about role models. You know, have you got any role models in your life? Who's been your biggest role model? What is your view on just role models in general? Is that something that you have in your life?
Go St. Patrick.
Is it irrelevant? That's a good start.
I was going to say something silly, but you beat me.
Yeah, let's just talk about role models in general.
What kind of characters do you guys look for? Or, so like, do your role models have a theme? So are they like politicians, or are they businessmen, or rappers, or?
Who wants to start?
you know what? Growing up, I'd say one of my role models was my uncle. And he was like the cool uncle. Whenever we saw him, like we knew, he was gonna, look after us. He's like a few years older than us, so we'd play computer games with him and stuff, and he'd take us to go play football. He went gym as well, so seeing him in good shape, I was like, looking back now, I always wanted to be like him because he was just that cool uncle, and everyone liked him and everyone got on with him, and he was just always a good time. Then I remember, I think one Christmas, my dad got me the Get Rich or Die Trying album, 50 Cent.
Yeah.
And
Your dad got that for you?
yeah. I was quite young. I was like, I think about 15. I don't know what it is, but like, I got absorbed into that album so much that 50 Cent became like my lead role model.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his music, his attitude, his mentality, just everything about him, the way he sees life itself. It was just so fascinating to me. So now that I'm older and I understand a lot more, he's just always been a hustler, always hungry, always focused. There's nothing that can knock him off of his stride. And if it does, he always get back and, hustle for what he wants. And I've always loved that. And that's the mentality I've always incorporated in my life. So I've always seen him as a role model.
What drew you to him? Is it would you say it's like the lifestyle, the glamorous lifestyle?
No, I wouldn't even. No, it would never.
No?
It's never the glamorous lifestyle.
Okay.
It's just the hunger.
Okay.
Just pure hunger
in music.
in music and in
business.
life, in business. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, but when I said ghost, you man were laughing.
It makes sense.
That's real though.
Mm.
Ghost is not ghost per se, but people
the
like
idea
him
of
and
the
what he
character,
represents in the sense of we look up to people that have money and have power. And I guess being young and impressionable, someone like Ghost would be someone you would look up to. It's difficult because of the word role model. I think inspirational figures and people that, or men that will say, okay, cool, I want to be like that, might be sort of easier for me because I can't remember or recall a role model ever in my life. Obviously, you have your father. I'm like, yeah, I rate you, blah, blah, blah. No, I do. You know what it is? I rate him in the sense of, especially sort of like migrants coming over or immigrants coming over and migrating and how they've sort of hustled, working 2-3 jobs. They've got houses and properties, and there was never an excuse in sense of like looking after their family. And when you look at what they've done from the hardship that they had to sort of go through, that's, I guess, a prerequisite for success. So if you work that hard, then yeah, you're going to be successful. But at the same time, you have to work smarter. But they've got this one way of thinking where it's like, okay, cool, hard work. But now it's like, nah, you got to work smart. You got to do whatever.
You know what? It's funny, Dimeji, that you said role models. Your first role model was 50 Cent.
No, my first role model was my uncle.
Your uncle.
Yeah.
And then...
But you know what? Because T said, it's inspirational figure, I'd like to backtrack. So okay, so we need a clear definition of role model and someone who is of inspirational, who is a inspirational figure.
Yeah.
Because role model. So what's a role model to you, Rizzy?
That's a good question, because I'm even confused now. I'm thinking about it. Role models.
Because wouldn't a role model be someone who has positive, who, I don't know, holds himself in a specific way, like just a positive influence and example, whereas someone who is an inspirational figure may be doing the same, but maybe not so positive, but just
I think, I feel like inspirational figure is more to do with someone having done something, like given circumstances. So like
And they
maybe
inspire
a
you.
rapper became who they are in spite of where they like grown up and stuff. But a role model is more to do with character and whether you actually think this is somebody that I want to be like, not just get to where they are, but I want to like emulate that person in my
Literally what it says. It says
behavior.
a role model is a person looked to by others as an example to be imitated.
right.
Which is what you said. So
Okay.
I'm trying to be like anybody.
You know what? I feel like the person would have to be like me, and I feel maybe I think there's two people, and this one's a shock. This one will shock you.
I'm laughing already.
There's two people that have definitely like I've seen as role models in my life.
I say Steve Harvey.
So they're both from London.
Mm.
They're olders, and they're Nigerian. That alone was enough for me to seeing what they were doing was enough to inspire me to feel like, like I want to imitate that. And it's Jamie and Skepta. When I was in secondary school, seeing them have ownership of their Boy Better Know brand, I wanted to create my own brand. And I just thought, like, how are these two Nigerian, London-born guys able to do this? And then even seeing the success that they've achieved like over the years, that's really inspired me. And also to know that they're older than me as well. And it takes a lot for me to say that as
That's
well.
what I was literally just about to say.
Because they're local guys,
ego.
if you get what I mean. But when I remove the ego, Jamie and Skepta have definitely inspired me a lot. You know, just to know that, you can own something and push it to the sky. And it's possible,
bro. Yeah.
They showed me that it's possible. I just had to look at two black men from London that could build something on their own. I'm not talking about signed artists.
No, I hear you.
I'm talking about someone that owns something like Boy Better Know, the Boy Better Know movement. Yeah, I say that inspired me a lot. I would say they were two role models growing up. But now, that's kind of changed now.
Who's
Still inspired by them, but I'd say now, a lot of unfamiliar names, but people like Ray Dalio, you know.
These rich people.
Okay, but just like wealthy investors, I would say are like my role models now. Like they're the ones that are like I really look up to, and I think I want to imitate that now. You know? But yeah,
you know who my role model is? Tom from MySpace.
Okay,
my man made all this money and vanished. You know what?
Wait, was he a real person?
Yeah. He was an actual person.
Okay.
And I actually think that's what the goal should be. Not fame, not creating something to become power hungry like Zuckerberg and all of these people, but to create something and say, you know what, I've got my money, I'm now selling it and I'm out.
Peace.
And I feel like literally peace. And that's it. I just want to be happy and I want to look after people. And no one's done it like Tom. I don't even know his surname.
How do you know he's happy though? How do you know he's happy now?
I don't care if he's happy. That's you know what I'm saying. That's not my like. That's not. I can't control it. Nor should it be my concern. But when I look at somebody who's just, I agree with what you said. Like when you're younger and you look at sort of like people like the Skeptas and the JMEs, to I guess even the Dizzy Rascals and the Tinchies and Stormzy and stuff like that. When you actually look at their story, it does inspire you. And once you remove ego from it, you're like, you know what? You are a role model. You are a positive black man. And growing up, we weren't seeing a lot of these people. When you look at sort of like once upon a time, people didn't have father figures. Now it's cool when you've got successful black men doing these things. You've got them owning stuff. You've got them making money, staying out of sort of jail or not going in the first place and showing another sort of way to do it. So I agree with that. Like you got to remove ego. But Tom,
no, I heard that. I think I don't know where he is. I've not seen him in the media for a long time. I admire people like that just do their thing, exit plan. You can tell they've got an exit plan. They exit and then they're no longer relevant. I like that. I hope one day I can do that too. Just like make a name for myself, kill something, and then just I don't even know that. I forgot about that guy. You know, because being in the limelight, like someone like Mark Zuckerberg, for example, he gets stick, man.
It looks stressful.
Bro.
He looks
He looks
stressed.
stressed as well.
Look at his
yeah.
face, man. He almost looks like he's not there.
And it's just like
He's
when
not.
are you gonna cool down? Like he's still trying to
Yeah.
take over, you know, just buy up everything and own everything. And it's like where do you stop? Or Elon Musk, for example, there's nothing gonna stop him anytime soon. Like everybody has big expectations from someone like Elon Musk as well. You know,
You
like
can't afford to slip.
now he wants to
When you're
slip.
up there like that, you can't afford to
Can't.
slip.
Yeah.
he wants to take humanity to Mars now, you know. So it's just like, yeah, you're really putting yourself out there. Like, I hear that. You know?
I think what you were saying about like not looking at rappers and stuff as as a role model also comes from like not being allowed to see them in the positive light. So not see the positive stuff that they're doing. Not seeing like, for example, how they actually own their brand. You
Yeah.
just know that boy band is a thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's partly to do with like the media and the kind of angle that these people are presented as.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think even look at Bugsy, the car crash, and now he's just put out a video. I'm like, that's inspirational.
Yeah.
I don't care what happened. I don't care if it was your fault or not, or if you was breaking the law or not. I just care that look at what you're doing. You're inspiring me. You're making me want to get up, go out there and get it. And I think you're right. Once you remove sort of like the negative connotations to what it is to be a rapper and black, and you see them for what they're doing, you realize not a lot of people can do that.
Yeah.
Because Bugsy ain't I thought he was dead. If Bugsy Malone, if you remember the video, yeah. Now he's walking.
Sorry.
The guy is. He went from it looked bad. It looked like he was dead.
I wouldn't say any rapper. I don't like talent is good, but I don't feel like it's enough.
Yeah.
I feel like if you can have ownership of your stuff and push yourself, that's amazing. Because a lot of artists they've got talent, they get signed, and then they're just put in that position. Like you are, the number one star. We're gonna give everything to you. We're gonna give you the big budgets, and I just feel like it's not organic. I'm never inspired by that. It's like kind of like all these like girl bands. They're manufactured by labels.
Man said,
You know what I mean?
girl bands.
That's all I can think of from the top of my head. Like what's I can't remember the name of them, but just when it's not organic, I just feel like I'm just never inspired by it. Like, yeah, your music's good, but there's no drive there. But when I see people build things from scratch, like Bugsy Malone, perfect example. That's someone that like he done everything on his own. He takes a lot of pride in building, his empire himself. Like, I really rate that. Take a lot of inspiration from that.
Yeah, I think now you said that, you're right. Even from young, I've always just liked the person who was like rebellious and you just stood for something, and that's it for me. Someone it's not about doing what's wrong or looking right. It's about just doing what you believe is right. And obviously you've got like the people in Black history, the Mandelas, the Garveys and such. But then when you look at people who call out stuff, and Kanye once upon a time, do you remember when he was like, George Bush don't care about black people or whatever he said? It was like, yo, no one else is doing this. And Tupac, Stormzy, Dave, using their platforms, even MIA, the lady that done Paper Planes, and that's what I care about, to be honest. That's the thing that I could be like, what, I aspire to be as transparent and honest and risk everything for the right cause. And I think that's what inspires me more than anything else, more than money, ownership and all of that. Just someone who's like, I'm just, even what John did the other day when he was just like, yo, this is what I care about. So yeah, in terms of role models, the people I've mentioned, and Tom.
This Tom guy.
You know what? I can't lie. Growing up, another one of my, I say inspirational figures was Temper T. So back in the day, I used to rock the high top fade. Yeah, I rocked the high top fade.
Pictures.
And,
Did he inspire you to
I
start
don't think I
knocking
got any
guys out?
pictures. I don't think,
Man deleted all the evidence.
No, it didn't inspire me to knock people out, but it inspired me to go gym. Because I lived in Essex, and a lot of black people look the same, obviously. So because I had the high top, everyone be like, "Oh, you look like Temper T, you look like Temper T. You should go gym. You should do this, do that." And after a while, I was like, you know what? Temper T is actually kind of cool. I liked his music. The fact that he went gym and he pushed himself hard, that gave me like a, although I wanted to be like him, it gave me a drive to like emulate and copy him. So I started going gym. I started banging muscle ups. That's how I got into muscle ups.
I don't even know what that is.
All right, so basically it's like doing a pull-up. So you pull yourself up, then you pull yourself above the bar, then you go down again. So it's like it's pretty mad. And I was so focused on like trying to be like him that I watched so many YouTube videos on how to do muscle ups. I practiced to the point where I could do 20 in a row.
Yeah.
20.
He does Muay Thai,
Yeah.
kickboxing.
Yeah,
now,
Muay
innit?
Thai. Yeah, I was never getting
Is it
into
Muay Thai
that.
or was it Muay Thai? Did I say wrong?
Let's not say it because
It's Muay Thai.
Muay Thai, yeah.
Muay Thai.
Who said Muay Thai?
I thought it was the other one.
Is it my? You
Where's
sure?
my-
Was it
I said
Muay Thai?
Muay Thai kick to the face, you know.
Yeah, let's just Muay Thai, yeah.
Muay.
Jesus.
Muay, yeah.
He wasn't blonde hair, man.
But yeah, man. Another thing that I would say. Are you Googling it?
Yeah.
Oh my days.
I swear it's Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. What's it saying?
Google said Muay.
What?
Muay.
Muay Thai.
Let me put that to the mic.
Muay.
Muay.
Muay Thai.
Okay. Forget that
I
one.
ain't
then.
saying that. But let's see what you.
Who else do I look up to growing up?
Oh, wait. Yes, Muay Thai.
Oh, my
Muay
bad.
Thai.
I feel, and also what makes a role model for me is when someone who's in a position to open doors for many people around them. So I'll say Wiley, definitely someone. I know. Listen, forget today's Wiley.
What,
I'm talking
role model or inspirational figure?
inspirational figure, I would say. In terms of like just the opportunities you can open up for other people.
Yeah.
Not to say he's the only person. I would say Stormzy's another person that's like that. You know, who's has put people on the map just because of like where he's from and whatnot. Because a lot of people get to the top and then they're just very selfish with it.
I think that's Wiley though. I think he got to the top, created, I don't know, something and envied those who were able to make something from what he created. And you see that where he's calling people out and whatnot. And nah, man.
Do you know what's crazy? Yeah? I wouldn't say today is Wiley. As in, I don't even like Wiley.
You're talking about back in the day,
I'm talking
like
about
with the Dizzy.
Yeah. I'm talking about when we were young, Roll Deep, Boy Better Know, just opening doors for like loads of other artists across London. That's the Wiley that I remember. So, yeah, but today, I think.
Even back then, I don't nah.
Really?
It's a no for me, dog. Just because, you know what? There's just always been weird kind of scandal next to his name. Obviously, I'm not going to go into stuff, but nah, man.
You know what? I don't judge a man by his scandals, you know.
Nah, these scandals.
I don't judge a man by his scandals.
If you judge Harvey, you're going to judge him.
Nah.
I don't judge Harvey, you know.
Weinstein.
Oh.
Weinstein.
Oh.
I
had to clarify. I was like, you better judge him.
I thought you said Steve Harvey.
We meant Steve Harvey.
Yeah, man,
that's what I'm saying.
I
I thought it was Steve Harvey.
No, the other one. What's Steve Harvey done? That's wrong.
No, I don't think.
I don't know. Just in case he's a black man, innit? Most black men in Hollywood get caught up in scandal, you know.
I'm rooting for everybody black, so as long as you're not a nonce.
Okay, what about the other guy? What's the other guy's name, man?
Such vim.
my gosh.
What's the other guy's name? Come on, man. We have to say his name.
Which other guy, bro? What other guy, bro?
Well, that's in jail now, man.
What jail? What's jail? Look, he should not be named. He's not named for a reason. I know I don't rate him. I believe once
Is this camera
once
on me?
no matter what is this camera on me? No, I feel like once you've created something and got all these accolades and you do something that messes it up, don't care whether you're black, white, whatever you are, I'm done with you. I don't care what you've done. You lose your status that you created and stuff like that. I believe no one's perfect. We all make mistakes and there's a line though, you know?
Yeah. Like once it's done, you've blown it, man.
So basically, to conclude on this year, you can go from being a hero to zero.
Real quick.
Real quick.
Rightly
You
so.
can go from being a role model to just being zero real quick. I'll say that's definitely Wiley. Like the way I used to rate him back in the day, like now that's just.
I think he's even going in the minus these days.
He's in the minus.
I don't follow what he's doing too much, but from what I see on social media, like he's in the minus.
You know what? I think we're being too harsh, even though I was the one that was leading it. But because I feel like we should recognize that he might be going through stuff, and maybe for years he's struggling with whatever he's struggling with. If he is struggling with something,
I believe it's that.
Yeah, I think, and I feel like now I've just thought about it. Maybe I was a little too harsh. I can't say I don't rate him because he has created and he has done something, which is which he's created a scene and a movement. So well done to him for that. The allegations are disturbing, but that could be rumors and hearsay, and I shouldn't feed into that. So I want to apologize to you, Wiley.
That's why I said that I can't judge him.
I can judge, but I'm sorry.
Scandals.
Do you think that in today's society we're too quick to cancel people? Cancel.
Cancel
hell
culture,
yeah.
100%.
I think the cancel culture is put people on edge, man. Especially, with social media and, you could be out and about. It doesn't even take much for people to want to cancel you these days, I believe.
I think it's funny because people are also very selective on who they cancel as well. I feel like sometimes there's someone who's just exempt from it, even if they've done something wrong.
I think that comes down to how likable you are. I do think people should be held accountable to anything that they've done.
Yeah.
And you've been caught doing it, and you should be made to apologize. I also do believe in redemption. So if someone, I don't know, tweeted something once and stuff like that and came back, then yeah, cool. We should forgive. But do I believe in cancel culture? Yes, I do believe some people should be cancelled.
Yeah.
Depending on what you've done. However, I do also believe in redemption, regardless of what you've done.
Regardless of anything?
To an extent, man. You already know where I draw the line.
That was a wild blanket.
No, but you know what I mean, though. It's like sometimes I'm trying to think who's been cancelled that who's been trying to sort of redeem themselves. Or like there's
one
just
I kind of see is Doja Cat sometimes.
No, man.
She tries, but
she's cancelled.
She's gone forever.
I say that because when I look at someone like a Malcolm X, yeah, he was a pimp once upon a time, and now he became, a civil rights leader and this inspirational figure, and he was able to do things for people that nobody else was able to do, and speak up for black women. When you think about him being a pimp, to the irony, that's that's the log line there. A pimp who now, is pro-black and pro-women and pro-movement. And so imagine cancelling him. We wouldn't have so much today. And,
Facts.
So that's what I mean.
You can wake up one day and just say, I'm changing my life from this point onwards and live by it. Like, that's real.
But you could have done so much shit in the past that people aren't willing to forget it.
It depends on your shit though, innit? That's the thing.
Only God can judge you, man.
Nah, man, that's cap, man. We all judge. We all can judge.
Yeah, I mean, but it's about whether you care. It's about
everyone cares.
No. Some people don't give a shit.
Like who?
Some people don't care.
Give me an example of someone who doesn't. He's like, no one. I don't care. There's nobody.
Probably those comedians though, like Ricky Gervais, for example. Like he would just say whatever.
He still cares.
You know who doesn't care?
He knows when to.
You know who doesn't care? I thought of someone. Katie Hopkins. Don't give a F. Don't give a F. Don't care.
No,
what
but she
says.
only doesn't care about what black people say.
No, she don't care.
I reckon
even when the media will choose to slam her sometimes for the things she said, doesn't care.
You don't think
no empathy, no nothing.
Shall I tell you why she does care? Because she needs the reaction of people.
It's validation,
and that's
for her,
the
isn't it?
validation, and that is somebody who cares about.
It's a drug.
She wants to be hated. You want to be hated that much for a reason because you do care. You do care. Like so many people care, whether it's to rub people up the wrong way, the right way, or whatever. You care. I'm trying to think of if there's an example of people who just don't. It's just raw. I believe people have moments of raw emotion and they can express themselves and not care about judgment in that moment. But I do think we all think about other people's opinions a little too much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. Like, you can't not care for what anyone thinks about you. There's always going to be someone, even if it's only your parents, care how your mum views you. So there's always that one person or a set of people that you care about. Some people just live by they only care about what their family and their loved ones think. They don't care about, like, if you don't know me like that, then I don't care what you think.
I only care about the hoes. No, I'm joking.
He won't lie.
Nah,
We're gonna take a quick commercial break.
But yeah, man.
What a place to end, I guess.
I'm getting dragged out the room. No, leave me alone. It was a joke, goddammit.
But yeah, that's been the Goodman audio experience. Don't forget to use our discount code GPOD1 for 10% off all your orders. See you next time.
Thank you very much for listening.
Peace.
Peace.